So Blair, tell us about what you do.
I'm a family lawyer practicing in Auckland and in Whangarei. I've been doing it now for about 12 years, and family law covers all sorts of areas, certainly the areas I practice in: care of children, family violence, oranga tamariki, and relationship property, spousal maintenance.
Oh, good. Tell me more about legal aid.
Legal aid is funding from the government that supports those parents who can't afford to pay for legal services up front. Private fees can be a bit strenuous on the family pocket, particularly when they've separated. So if they're eligible for legal aid, then the government offers a funding service, and this pays for their legal fees first instance. Okay, but as I said, it's income based.
What is the criteria for legal aid?
The criteria is income based, but they look at each particular parent's circumstances individually. So there are generalities in terms of the income and how many children you have, and also whether you've got a partner. And that assessment is made based on the income that you and your partner provide and how many children that you have, and also it's based on your debt and expenses. As I said, there are generalities. We kind of know where certain salaries cap, that there are certain salary caps at for the number of children that you have, if that makes sense. But as I said to you, it's done on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes you can have exceeded the income salary cap for the amount of children you have, but a considerable amount of debt, and legal aid will take that into consideration.
So what if I got declined for legal aid? What would my options be then?
Well, some lawyers, and I have done this in the past, some lawyers will reduce their fee. Some lawyers will also, in terms of property matters, they will accept a fee upon settlement. I guess it's just done on a case-by-case basis, but generally speaking, if legal aid is not available to you, then sadly they have to pay privately, unless they have a conversation with their lawyer and the lawyer is willing to, strike a deal. Can I say though, legal aid is not a free wicket. So it pays for your legal fees first instance, but if you are eligible to pay some of that debt back, then they will ask for that debt to be repaid. So you may have to pay, say for example, if you're just underneath the salary cap, you may have to pay a certain amount of debt back, and legal aid will offer options for you, like $10 a week or $20 a week, depending on your circumstances. So it's certainly not free. If, for example, you're dealing with relationship property, and this happens to a lot of mums particularly, if mums have needed legal aid first instance, then if they receive a settlement sum, then the debt that is owed to legal aid will be paid from the settlement sum.
If my case was going to be drawn out, could I still get legal aid if my case was going to be over a 2 or 3 year period?
Yes, you can. So even if your legal aid, if your matter continues for a lengthy period of time, while you're eligible, while you're not earning a certain amount, right, legal aid will support you. It's at the end of that, say for example you receive a settlement sum, then they will ask for some money back. If of course you can pay for it. If say for example you're on a benefit, generally speaking, legal aid don't require any debt paid, because they know that your financial circumstances are such where you may have children or you've got other expenses and your only income is a benefit, and therefore they won't ask for any debt to be repaid. Can I also say that legal aid are fixed fees, so when they're not, we don't bill on an hourly rate as such. We have to request for further funding for their particular matter and give detailed reasons as to why. So the shutdown on government funding for legal aid came in around about 2014 with the change of government and the change of the family court rules. In light of that, your legal aid debt would not be as significant as it once was under legal aid, and it certainly wouldn't be as big as if you were paying privately.
Thanks Blair for coming along today and talking all about all things legal aid, which is really imperative for a lot of people who are going through divorce and separation. Thanks very much.
It's a pleasure.